what I've found is that grace is patient. God's grace is kind. It doesn't boast. It doesn't point out my flaws, but it waits. And it waits. And it waits. Sometimes grace has to watch and wait until a person can't go any lower. And the only way they have to look is up. And guess who's waiting for them? Yeah, you guessed it. God's grace. Jesus. Jesus is God's grace personified. And you know what he's not saying? He's not saying, hey, what took you so long? He's not saying, hey, come back to me when you're all cleaned up and you're all ready to go, because the way you are right now, I can't deal with it. But what he is saying, he's saying, welcome home. I've been waiting for you and I missed you. It reminds me of the prodigal son. If you remember the story of the prodigal son, the son left. He took his inheritance and he went to another town so that he can squander all of his inheritance till it was all gone. But the whole time, you know what the father was doing? Not complaining, not arguing, not thinking of ways that, when he comes back, this is what I'm gonna say to him. But he was on the front porch, looking on the horizon to see, looking for his son. Where's my son? I miss my son. Where did he go? And then one day, the prodigal son, he had enough. He gets the courage to go home, and he's kind of thinking of ways of things to say, what I'm gonna say to my dad to help win him back. But as he's approaching and the father sees him from a distance, he sees him on the horizon, the father doesn't wait for the son to come to him, but he runs. And if you know anything about that culture, for a man to run in his robe is not a good thing. But he hiked up his robe and he ran to his son. You know what he did when he got to his son? He said, welcome home, son. I missed you. And that's the way God's grace is for every single one of us. You know, with grace comes freedom. And every single one of us have been called to freedom. And I believe that grace is calling you today.